It is March 7th, 2019. A group of people exploring the Nevada desert stumble upon something strange. A blue Mercedes sits abandoned on a dirt road just outside of Las Vegas. The windows are broken, the car looks damaged, and something about it feels wrong. Police arrive and cautiously approach the vehicle. They check the doors, nothing. Then one officer freezes. He smells something. Moments later, he says the words that no one wants to hear. There's a body in here. But the real shock wasn't just the body. It was who the car belonged to, and the beautiful model investigators would soon accuse of murder. Hi guys, thanks for being here. I'm author Holly Mae Cormier. Just wanted to give you a quick update and let you know that I'm currently working on the sequel for Memphis. Okay. Let's get into it. Kelsey Nicole Turner. She was born May 5th, 1993, a Taurus. Kelsey Turner grew up in Jonesboro, Arkansas, after being born in Norfolk, Virginia. She was beautiful, charismatic, and ambitious. In her early 20s, she entered the world of adult modeling. Soon she was appearing in magazines like Playboy, Maxim, and Kelsey built a glamorous online persona filled with luxury trips, designer clothes, and nightlife in Las Vegas. But behind the glamour, there were secrets. And you know how much I love secrets unraveling, my novel Memphis. One of these secrets was a very dangerous relationship. Dr. Thomas Bouchard. He was born in 1947 and was a Pisces. Age of death was 71 years old. Now, Dr. Bouchard was the complete opposite of Kelsey. He was a well-respected child psychiatrist in Monterey, California. For over 40 years, he had worked helping children with mental health struggles. Friends described him as kind, intelligent, and deeply devoted to his patients. He had also been in a long-term relationship with his fiancée, Judy Earp. But investigators would soon discover that Dr. Bouchard had a secret life of his own, a secret that led him straight into the orbit of Kelsey Turner. So at some point before 2019, Dr. Bouchard began financially supporting Turner. Now, according to investigators and his fiancée, Judy, the relationship was essentially a sugar daddy, sugar baby arrangement. This arrangement carried on for several years leading up to Dr. Bouchard's death. Dr. Bouchard reportedly gave Turner around $750,000 US total over the course of their relationship. Money that she used for rent, travel, everyday expenses, and her luxury lifestyle. But their relationship had recently started to fall apart. Dr. Bouchard had begun to suspect something. His fiancée later revealed the last thing he said to her before disappearing, and it's kind of chilling. He said, "She's such a pervasive liar that I have to see for myself." And those would be some of the very last words that he ever spoke. Now, it's a little strange to be talking to your fiance about your sugar baby relationship, but I mean, it seemed to work for them. Okay, that's fine. Another key figure enters the story. John Logan Kennison, Turner's ex-boyfriend. So a man investigators would later accuse of helping carry out the brutal murder. The relationship was volatile, intense, and deeply toxic. And prosecutors would later argue that they planned a deadly confrontation with Dr. Bouchard. So sometime in early March of 2019, everything changed. Dr. Bouchard traveled to Las Vegas. Remember, he lives in California. He was supposed to meet up with Turner, but something went wrong. Prosecutors later revealed that they believe that Dr. Bouchard was ambushed. Authorities say that he was beaten to death using a baseball bat and a gun. The attack was so violent that investigators described it as brutal and frenzied. After the killing, prosecutors say the body was stuffed into the trunk of Turner's Mercedes. But the killers had a problem. They had to dispose of the evidence. Now, the car, Turner's Mercedes, was driven deep into the Las Vegas, Nevada desert. Investigators believe the plan was to hide the vehicle and body where no one would ever find it. But something went wrong in their frenzied plan. Mercedes got stuck on a dirt road, and the killers ended up abandoning it and they fled the scene. They likely thought that the desert would keep their secret forever because it was a pretty isolated spot that they did drive out to and end up getting stuck. But just days later, a group of recreational visitors discovered the car and the investigation exploded. So when officers opened the trunk of the car, they found Dr. Bouchard's body, towels and bedding, also gloves with blood, and the baseball bat believed to be the murder weapon. Baseball bat, blood. This was a vicious beating of an elderly man. Blood was also found inside the vehicle. Everything pointed to one terrifying conclusion. The murder had been planned, and it was violent. The biggest clue was the car itself, and it was registered to none other than Kelsey Turner. So once detectives connected the vehicle to Kelsey Turner, the investigation accelerated quickly. Police discovered that Turner had left Las Vegas. She had fled to Stockton, California. To investigators, it looked like someone trying to run from something. On March 21st, 2019, FBI agents and Las Vegas police tracked her down and arrested her on suspicion of murder of the child psychiatrist, Dr. Bouchard. So investigators quickly learned that there was a third person involved in this grisly beating. Diana Nicole Pina, she was the roommate of Turner and Kennison. Eventually, Pina made a deal with prosecutors. She pleaded guilty to being an accessory to murder, and her testimony would become critical evidence in the case. So, the legal battle. This crime happened in 2019, and it lasted a whole 3 years. Meanwhile, Kennison made a move that changed everything. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. He was later sentenced to 18 to 45 years in prison. Facing overwhelming evidence, Turner eventually accepted an Alford plea. That means that she maintained her innocence while acknowledging that prosecutors had enough evidence to convict her. So on January 10th, 2023, Kelsey Turner was sentenced to 10 to 25 years in prison. She is now incarcerated at the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Center. So what started as a glamorous life filled with modeling, luxury, and attention ended in one of the most shocking murder cases to come out of Las Vegas. A respected psychiatrist, a young model, and a violent confrontation fueled by money, secrets, and manipulation. So even today, there is a lot of mystery around this crime that happened. I mean, what truly happened in the room the night Dr. Thomas Bouchard died? Was it planned, or did something spiral violently out of control? I think that they may have been intoxicated or on some sort of substances, and maybe her boyfriend just had a fit of jealous rage, and it ended up in this horrible situation. And two of them are now spending decades behind bars. So I hope this story made you think, made you hold those that you love a little bit closer. And thank you for honoring Dr. Bouchard's story with me. If you like this content, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will put links in my description to purchase my novel, Memphis. And I encourage you to join my newsletter on my website as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week.